YouTube family getting locked in. IG, what's up? Hey, I am, man, what a Monday, right? Monday. It's just like Mondays can be a lot. Today was a lot. And I talked about this earlier, but in, business, there's the fun part, which the fun part for me is, sales, being on the phone, closing sales, doing the deal, getting deals under contract, but there's a lot more to it. And what I've been doing literally the past couple months slowly, but really so intensely now to get this shit done, is actually like building out a CRM like properly and to put all these text message templates in a row. So when you actually build systems, and this is the difference between just like winging business, and I think the past couple of years of my life, I mean, obviously going through different businesses and ventures, just kind of winging it, not really having systems in place, not really working a CRM properly, not having proper like follow-up sequences through texting and through email, which are literally the lifeline pretty much of most businesses in any industry. I mean, literally, it could be Apple, it could be any company, freaking Nike, it could be, real estate, it could be the med spa that has a beautiful CRM with automatic text follow-ups, with automatic email blasts, right? All those texts and emails that you get from every company, every business in the world, that's all through a CRM. That's all, a lot of automation that goes into it. But somebody has to literally create all those templates, right? Create all the templates for those mass texts that go out, create all the templates for the mass emails that go out. So that's been that's been my duty for a while now, and finally getting ready to launch that this week, to that way always following with the old leads. And so for my niche, it's following up with old leads that maybe they wanted to sell, but it wasn't the right time for them. Maybe they wanted to sell when we talked a month ago, 3 months ago, 6 months ago, but they weren't ready to let it go at the right price for me as an investor. Maybe they wanted too much, and as an investor, we can't pay that much. We can't get it that high under contract because we need it at a lower price for us as the investor side of real estate to be able to make any money, to have a spread. So old follow-ups coming back. It's always, people's lives change. People's lives can really be completely different every 30 days, especially every 90 days. Every 90 days, seriously, no kidding, no bullshit. Every 90 days, my life is very different. Every 90 days, the past 3 years, I could say the past 3 years, since this time, it's 2022, this time 2019, geez, every 90 days, my life has pretty radically changed. And I know that's wild. Most people's lives don't change in 5 years, really. But because I'm so obsessed with just, the next thing, the next win, the next, obviously the last couple of years, it's been finding the right business and finding the right fit for me to really excel early on in my 20s, whatever. And my life changes so much in 90 days. So it's true for most other people that their lives are often in different places every 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, right? Every month, every couple months, especially every 3 months. People's lives can completely transform. They could be going through, divorce, new job, moving to a new city, a new state. So many things can happen, and that's why you have a CRM system to be able to follow up with people, to help them at the right time, be able to do business with them at the right time. So that's what I've been doing and building out. So that's really going to, I think, really take our business and our operation, really crank it up 20, 30, 40, 50%, God willing. Seriously, minimum 20, 30%. It should really increase our lead flow and our deal flow, because we're steadily working our new leads coming in, our new incoming leads. And then also working our old leads through the automation system in the CRM. Hundreds of old leads are being followed up with every day. And some of them are just going to call. They're going to say, hey, Cody, you're right. I'm ready. I wasn't ready a month ago. I wasn't ready 3 months ago when we first chat, but I'm ready to sell, and do a quick cash close with you. And so that's often the benefits of, them changing their mind. Oftentimes old leads, right? I talked to them a month ago, 3 months ago, 6 months ago. And at that time maybe they wanted top dollar, right? They wanted to get outbidded. They wanted a bidding war on the market, on the MLS, for their property. Maybe it didn't work out. Maybe their listing, failed or whatever, had to be removed. They removed it, dropped their listing, and now, 1 month later, 3 months later, 6 months later, now they're ready to, sell to me and go under contract with me at 80% market value, 60% market value price, so that it can be a quick cash close in usually 2 weeks, 2 weeks or less, God willing. Again, through a number of variables that is dependent upon. But regardless, I'm super excited about that. So that's kind of where I am. Building my first CRM has been hard as hell, very techie stuff. I'm not a big techie person, but I'm definitely becoming better at that, right? Different like coding shit. I had to like put different codes into the email templates so that they would space out correctly and have like the graphic and the company logo and the files and all that stuff. So definitely a challenge, and it's definitely in a place where I've been uncomfortable. I've been uncomfortable getting into this tech mode of building out the CRM, doing these different push. We have a push button CRM now, so going from our texting platform, pushing over to our CRM to put them in there through our texting platform called Launch Control over to our CRM, which is called LeftMain. LeftMain is a real estate investing only for real estate investing platform that is backed and powered by Salesforce. Salesforce is one of the biggest, most powerful companies in the world, especially for CRMs and businesses, right? My first job was with Disney. The Walt Disney Company is powered and backed literally by Salesforce and many other biggest companies in the world. So yeah, so that's what we use, and it's definitely comes with a price tag, man. But when it has all these functions and so many apps in one place and does so much automation for you as well, it's more than worth it when it can help you produce 20,000 more, 50,000 more, 100,000 more dollars every single month. So by having that the automation follow up on the old leads on the back end, you can constantly have a flow because you're working the new leads, getting them trying to get them on a contract, while the old leads are coming back to you saying, hey, it's the right time, let's go under contract. So yeah, that's what I've been working on. And then I want to go through really quickly due diligence and what that is. So there's a lot of different words. There's a lot of different ways that people use the words due diligence, even just in real estate alone. So due diligence could be doing your due diligence up front on the property before you even get on the phone with the seller, before you're even going to try to make that transaction happen, try to negotiate to get that deal under contract. So you could do due diligence before that. Due diligence before that. So let's say for me, literally this is real time. I did this 5 times today. So a lead comes in. So a hot lead comes in, and our appointment setter, Irish, sets me up for appointments. So she sets me up at 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock with sellers that are ready to talk about selling and negotiate on a price. What up, Trent? See you on the jet, baby. No fucking choice. And so that's what we do. I get appointment setting. And so when I see the appointments come in, I see the address and I see the notes that are left for me on that address. So I will look up the address, and there's a few just key things that I'll look at. And literally roughly, to get a rough estimate of this, literally I can just use Zillow. And Zillow is not completely accurate. Obviously, you're not going to use it for everything, but you can get a rough, very rough estimate as to the value based on comps, based on the area. For me, I'm looking at tax value. So for me as a discount buyer, buying at a discount, buying distressed properties at 80% of market value, 60% of market value, I am looking at the tax value is very important, because I'm going to, if it makes sense, get that seller to come down, possibly if they're open to it, if they're negotiable, get them down to close to that tax value on the property, because it needs a lot of work, right? Probably needs a new roof, probably needs a new AC unit. And a lot of these properties that we go under contract with, they are already rental properties. So somebody, usually an older couple, old man, old woman, has been renting this out for 20 years. And they're getting older, they're tired of being landlords, they're exhausted, and they just want to let it go because they haven't worked on it in 5 years, 10 years. And they never even go to the property. So oftentimes it needs a roof, it needs a HVAC, stuff like that. So I'm looking for photos. I'm looking at the area. I'm kind of going on the street view, even in Zillow, right there, like Google Earth. So just twirl around real quick, see the neighborhood, see what we're working with, to get a rough estimate of what the neighborhood is, what the location is like, and what's selling also. So if you click on lot lines on Zillow, click on lot lines, look at what's been recently sold in that area. You can see what's recently sold there, and those are your rough comps as well. An advanced version of that is we have what's called Atom Data. That's also through our CRM, through LeftMain. And Atom Data is the largest, or one of the largest, data aggregating and collecting companies in real estate in the country. So we use that, and that's usually, it's 95% to about 99% accurate usually in terms of the actual value of the home, the value range, and the sales comparables that are very close in that area, about a mile out or less. So that's due diligence up front, and that's what it looks like. That's what I do. And then I'll get on the phone, be aware of the neighborhood, be aware of hopefully my appointment setter has already put notes in there like who is in the house. Is it owner occupied or is it rented out by a tenant? So a lot of those things I'll look for, whether there's a tenant already in the house, whether it's already being rented out, or if the actual owner of that rental property, if they don't live there, maybe they live out of the area, maybe they're living out of state. So I'll try to see those in the notes so that I can be prepped, obviously, for that appointment to get on and negotiate and be well aware of what's going on. So that's what I'm looking for. Tax value, the market value as well, the sales, some basic sales comparables. They don't have to be exact, but they need to be close. Of course, I'm not going to compare a 1,500 square foot home to a 2,500 square foot home. That doesn't really make sense in any market. So those are a few things, due diligence. And then another version of due diligence, another way you can use it is like deposit, right? So let's say I go under contract with a buyer. I got a cash buyer that comes in, or I have a flipper. I have a flipper or a cash buyer that comes in. Another way to use the word due diligence, I use it on the up front, getting ready for my appointment, getting ready to negotiate price with a seller to go under contract. And then I'm going under contract with a buyer. There's due diligence and earnest money down due. And that's going to be usually a couple thousand just to go under contract. So I say, hey, you're a cash buyer, you're a flipper. Okay, if you're really serious, we're going to go under agreement here. You're going to do your e-signature on DocuSign, and then you're going to wire in $3,000 to our closing attorney. Our closing attorney is going to send you the wiring instructions directly to your email, and then you're going to wire that in. That needs to be done within 24 hours. And if it's not done within 24 hours, the contract is null and void, and we'll move on to our next buyer. That's what we usually do. So there's different ways to use due diligence. Go back and watch this, share this, post it, save it, whatever. This shit is so crazy valuable. And this shit that I'm saying is so crazy because there are people on stages that get paid $10,000, $50,000, $100,000 an hour to come speak at an event for an hour, and they will not even go into much detail as I do on freaking Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube Live every single night. So don't miss out. Send this to your friends, anybody in real estate, and let's do a deal together. Let's have some fun. Let's grow every day. Love you guys. Happy Money Monday. Happy Monday Fun Day. I'll be back tomorrow for Taco Tuesday. I don't even have a real estate word for Tuesday. I need to come up with that for sure. I'll think of it and let you guys know. I used to say Take Profit Tuesday. It's like trading shit. But all right, y'all. Have a good night. Share this. Message me. Let's chat. I love talking this stuff. Obviously, I like talking too much. That's why I just talk to myself sometimes at night like this. Let's hang out. All right. Talk to you guys soon. God bless. Peace.